Assalamu alaikum, this is fazal Akbar and you are watching my YouTube channel English with Akbar. आज का हमारा वीडियो पैसेज पे सवालात की मौजू पर है। NTS ईटा पब्लिक सर्विस कमीशन में आपने इंग्लिश पोर्शन में देखा होगा कि किस तरह पैसेज पे सवालात आते हैं and how do we solve them। साबिक़ा पेपर से मैंने 3 पैसेजेस लिए हुए हैं और इस पे सवालात है जिसको हम हल करेंगे। I have taken 3 passages from the last few tests. We will solve the questions on those paragraphs. So you might have noticed this is the pattern that you see on your screen. Here is a passage and you see the questions down below. These questions are related to the text given above. So you have to answer the correct option. If you haven't subscribed our channel yet, please don't forget to subscribe and also press the bell icon so that you may be notified when a video is out. If you're ready for the test, so let's just begin. Before wasting any more time, test is right here. The first paragraph here is, I'm just going to read it out for you and then we will see the questions on it. Thousands of men, women and child die every year in road accidents. The number of those who are injured is even greater. Some will recover after medical treatment, but many will be crippled for life. It is a very tragic fact. Most of these accidents occur either because of ignorance of traffic rules or out of sheer carelessness. Traffic rules apply for everybody who is on the road, that is drivers and rider as well as pedestrian. Traffic on the road has increased because of overpollution. In the past, our roads were not overcrowded as they are now. So there were less road accidents in the past. ये पैराग्राफ है, इस पे अब questions हैं, so let's see that how we're going to answer the questions. You see the first question. Thousands of men, women and dash die in road accidents every year. In the passage, there was written child. Child लिखा हुआ है passages में, जो ओरिजिनल पैसेज दिया हुआ है उसमें child लिखा हुआ है. But they say that this thing is incorrect. What will be the correct option for this? So if you see, here is thousands. This is thousands. And here if you see men, women, all of them are plural. So if this is thousand, this is men, and this word is woman, so the third word also be plural. So the plural is not child, the plural is not children's or childish, but the plural for child is children. So the correct option will be children. Thousands of men, women and children die in road accidents every year. Okay, the second one. Some will recover after medical treatment, but dash will be crippled for life. It is a very tragic fact. Now here is a little bit complication. For example, how? Some will recover. When you use the word some, then you can either use many or some. You could use A and D both, but here if you see, some will recover after medical treatment. बाज़ लोग ऐसे होंगे जो मेडिकल ट्रीटमेंट के बाद रिकवर हो जाएंगे, but dash will be crippled for life. But dash लाइफ के लिए तरसेंगे, crippled हो जाएंगे, मुहताज हो जाएंगे. It is a very tragic fact. ये एक tragic fact है. ये एक बहुत दर्दनाक हकीकत है, एक गमगीन हकीकत है. This part tells us that which option is correct. This is a tragic fact. It means that many people crippled for life. It is not some. If this part was not here, then we could use some. Some will recover after medical treatment, but some will cripple for life. You could use some, but here the best option and the correct option is many, because of this part of the sentences. So the correct option will be many. Some will recover after medical treatment, but many will be crippled for life. It is a very tragic fact. Okay, the third one. Most of these accidents occur either because of ignorance of traffic rules or out of dash carelessness. In the passage, it is written show carelessness. This thing, the first one, is written in the passage. Now you see that shore is not correct, because shore means the beach, out of the beach, out the bank of something, of a river or ocean or something. Like you see offshore companies, samandar par. And share means share karna. This is the second form of this word, shared, share karna, sharik karna. So out of dash carelessness. Here we need a noun. For example, this one, D, share carelessness. So all the three options above are incorrect, and the D is correct because share has so many meanings, but here share means it is used as a noun. Share carelessness means bahut zyada. Carelessness, बेहतियाती. ट्रैफिक में बड़ी बेहतियाती की वजह से हादसात होते रहते हैं. So the correct option is share. Out of share carelessness. The fourth one, traffic rules apply dash everyone. Here we are going to use preposition before the everybody. So what preposition will be correct for everybody, from everybody, to everybody, or by everybody? For the preposition, I have made another video with how we put prepositions in the blanks. You could watch the video in the description box. The link is available. So in the passage, it is for everybody. In the passage, it is written for everybody, but here we are going to see that for everybody is not the correct option here. This is not correct for everybody. From everybody doesn't go fit, or either by everybody also, it doesn't seems a suitable word here. But the suitable word for this will be to everybody. To everybody. Traffic rules apply to everybody out there who is on the road or who is just crossing the road. It applies to everybody. Okay, the fifth one. Who is on the road? That is drivers and dash. Now, in the passage, you see that it is written rider as well as pedestrian. Just like the first option, A, it is written same like this. If this is correct, put that one. If this is not correct, then pick another one from the rest of the options. So now let's see who is on the road. That is drivers. Again, just like the first question, you saw that all of the words of the nouns or things were plural. So the other thing will also be plural. Same situation is here. Drivers. This is a plural noun. So we use plurals for everybody. For example, riders as well as pedestrians. Option B will be the correct option. Riders as well as pedestrians. So all goes the same. Okay, the sixth one. Traffic on the road has increased because of dash. Let's just see the passage again. It is Traffic on the road has increased because of air pollution. You see on the screen, this is air pollution written in the passage, in the original passage. But air pollution is not good. We don't have to do anything with pollution here in the passage. And traffic on the road has something to do with pollution, but it is not increased because of pollution. It might have been increased by something else. Traffic किस चीज़ की वजह से बढ़ गई है? ओवर पॉपुलेशन की वजह से, ओवर क्राउडिंग की वजह से, ओवर पोल्यूशन की वजह से, या ओवर ड्राइविंग की वजह से? So, what do you think the correct option will be? This is very simple, very easy. आबादी के बढ़ती हुई रुझान की वजह से ट्रैफिक हादिसात बढ़ गए हैं, ट्रैफिक बढ़ गई है रोडों पे. So traffic on the road has increased because of over population, not over pollution, but over population. So option A is the correct answer. Okay, let's go towards the second passage. You have questions from 7 to 13 related on this passage. Let's read out the passage first. I dreamt I see a tornado last night. I remember everything. You were playing with tuba, Mum cooked, Dad were working in the garden, and I am looking for my Kate. When the wind began to blow, yes, it came straight towards me when I ran into the house. I closed the window just when the tornado was hit. Well, I remember that the wind was blowing and the house was spinning when I heard a terrible noise. It was me. I falls out of bed and woke up. This is the passage. ये passage है, आपने पढ़ा, इस पे आप सवालात हैं. So let's just move towards the questions. Number 7. I dreamt I dash a tornado last night. In the paragraph you see, this is see. I dreamt I see a tornado last night. I dreamt. This is past simple tense. I dreamt. The first part is in present past simple and the other is in present simple, so the sentence is not correct grammatically. We will see that how we are going to use this word now. ये लफ्ज़ हम किस तरह चूज़ करेंगे? ऑप्शन आपके साथ है see, was seeing, saw, had seen. See present simple में आता है, was seeing past continuous में आता है, saw past simple में आता है, and had seen past perfect में आता है. So the correct answer for this is saw. अब आप सोचेंगे क्यों saw है? इसके बारे में थोड़ा सा वजाहत कर लूँ कि जब हम एक किस्सा बयान करते हैं या कोई वाक़या बयान करते हैं तो उसके लिए हम मेन पास्ट सिंपल टेंस इस्तेमाल करते हैं, जिसको आप पास्ट इंडेफिनिट भी कहते हैं. पास्ट सिंपल टेंस हम मोस्टली वी यूज़ फॉर द स्टोरी or for an event. When we describe an event or when we tell a story, then we use past simple tense. And sometimes we also use present simple tense for the story, but it is very often, not all the time. Mostly we use past simple tense. But past simple tense goes simultaneously with past continuous tense. Past simple tense हम किस्से और वाक़े के लिए इस्तेमाल करते हैं, लेकिन हम इसके साथ past continuous tense भी इस्तेमाल करते हैं. Past continuous tense हम उस वाक़े या किस्से के दरमियान जो काम होते रहते हैं उसके लिए हम past continuous tense इस्तेमाल करते हैं. So we use past continuous tense for the background of the story, and we use past simple tense for the main part, for the main action of the story. So here the main action of the story is I dreamt, मैंने ख्वाब देखा. I saw, मैंने देखा. a tornado, एक तूफान, एक tornado last night, कल रात. So I dreamt I saw a tornado last night is the correct option. ये याद रखो कि past simple tense हम वाक़े के लिए, किस्से के लिए इस्तेमाल करते हैं. past continuous tense उस किस्से में जो होता है उसके लिए हम इस्तेमाल करते हैं. इसकी एग्जांपल्स भी आ रहे हैं. और past simple tense और past continuous tense पे मैंने वीडियो भी की हुई है, तो वीडियो आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में मिलेंगे. ओके, 8-1 Mum dash. In the passage it is mum cooked. Past simple tense, mum cooked. You see in the passage it is mum cooked. But it is not correct. Mum cooked is past simple, but this is not the main action. This is not the main action of the story. The main action of the story is something else. क्यों mum cooked past simple tense सही नहीं है इसके लिए? क्यों? इसके लिए आपको ये पैराग्राफ दोबारा देखना पड़ेगा. इस पैराग्राफ में ये जो फिक्रा है इसको दोबारा देखिएगा. I remember everything. You were playing with Tuba. तुम तुबा के साथ खेल रहे थे. Past continuous tense इस्तेमाल हुआ है. ये बैकग्राउंड ऑफ द स्टोरी है कि मैंने ख्वाब देखा, ख्वाब में मैंने टोर्नेडो देखा. उस वक्त क्या हो रहा था वो सिचुएशन बयान कर रहा है, तो उसके लिए पास्ट कंटिन्यूअस टेंस इस्तेमाल हो रहा है. जो बैकग्राउंड में जो चीज़ चल रही होती है उसके लिए पास्ट कंटिन्यूअस टेंस इस्तेमाल हो रहा है. Mom cooked. This is not correct because the first part is you were playing with Tuba. तुम तुबा के साथ खेल रहे थे. And after that dad were working in the garden. Dad garden में काम कर रहा था. So this is not grammatically correct, but it is past continuous tense. So if this is past continuous tense and the first part you were playing with Tuba is past continuous tense, so why not mom cooked? This should also be in past continuous tense. So past continuous tense for this is mom was cooking. Mom was cooking. सब एक जैसे हो गए इस फिक्रे में. You were playing with Tuba, mom was cooking, dad were working in the garden. And blah blah blah. Okay. 9th one. Dad dash in the garden. जैसे पहले मैंने बताया कि ये ग्रामेटिकली करेक्ट नहीं है. ये लिखा हुआ है Dad were working in the garden. Dad आपको पता है सिंगुलर नाउन है, तो सिंगुलर नाउन के साथ हम were इस्तेमाल नहीं करते हैं बल्कि हम was इस्तेमाल करते हैं. Dash dad dash in the garden, so dash dad was working in the garden. 10th, I dash for my Kate. That sentence is still going on. It is continuous. And I am looking for my Kate. This is in the present continuous tense. All the sentences, all the parts of the sentences are in past continuous tense. So why not this one? This must be in the same way in that specific tense. And I am looking for my Kate. It is written in the passage, but it's not correct. It should be past continuous tense. So past continuous tense is again was looking. I was looking for my Kate. मैं अपनी बिल्ली को तलाश कर रहा था. I was looking for my Kate. Okay, 11th. It dashed straight towards me when I ran into the house. पैराग्राफ में देखिए तो इसमें लिखा हुआ है came. ऑप्शन बी में जो है came वही लिखा हुआ है. लेकिन came grammatically correct नहीं है इधर, क्योंकि it came straight towards me when I ran into the house. When I ran into the house is past simple tense, but here it shouldn't be past simple tense again. जैसे मैंने आपको बताया कि past simple और past continuous tense एक दूसरे के साथ कहानी में चलते रहते हैं. It is very important to use both of the tenses when you describe an event or you tell a story. So it should also be in past continuous tense. ये मेरे तरफ आ रहा था जब मैंने क्या किया, मैं घर के अंदर चला गया, मैं भागा, मैं घर को भागा. उस वक्त क्या हो रहा था, वो जो हो रहा था हम वही बयान कर रहे हैं, तो इसके लिए हम past continuous tense इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं. It was coming straight towards me. Option D is the correct answer. It was coming straight towards me. Okay, the 12th one. I dash the window. I dash the window. पैसेज में देखिएगा तो इसमें लिखा हुआ है closes. I closes the window. मतलब मैं दरवाज़ा बंद करता हूँ. वो भी गलत है. Closes I के साथ closes नहीं आता, लेकिन उन्होंने लिखा हुआ है तो गलत. लेकिन अब अगर ये गलत है तो सही ऑप्शन है कौन सा? Close, closed, was closing, had closed. So again, this thing is the main action of the story, of the event or of the dream. You could say dream. So the correct option is past simple tense. Again, I closed the window. मैंने दरवाज़ा बंद किया. मैं घर के अंदर गया, चला गया, मैंने दरवाज़ा बंद किया. I closed the window. So the correct option is B. I closed the window. Okay, the 13th one, the last question on this paragraph. I falls out of bed and woke up. आखिर में तो मैं ये ख्वाब देख रहा था, तो क्या हो गया? I falls out of bed and woke up. मैं बेड से गिर गया और जाग गया. But here falls, I के साथ तो falls आता ही नहीं. फिर भी अगर हम fall लिखें तो वो भी गलत होगा, क्योंकि ये दोबारा चला जाता है प्रेजेंट सिंपल टेंस की तरफ. और हमने पहले बता दिया कि प्रेजेंट सिंपल इसमें इस्तेमाल नहीं होता, क्योंकि सारा किस्सा, सारा वाक़या बयान हुआ है पास्ट सिंपल या पास्ट कंटिन्यूस. तो इसमें या तो पास्ट सिंपल आएगा या पास्ट कंटिन्यूस आएगा. अब ये तो मेन एक्शन है, तो मेन एक्शन के लिए तो पास्ट सिंपल आएगा नहीं. पास्ट सिंपल तो बैकग्राउंड के लिए इस्तेमाल होता है कि बैकग्राउंड में जो कुछ चल रहा होता है. अब ये तो मेन एक्शन है, तो इसके लिए हम पास्ट सिंपल टेंस इस्तेमाल करें. इसके लिए हम पास्ट सिंपल टेंस इस्तेमाल करेंगे. सो हाउ? I fall first form the verb है, fill is the second form the verb, and fallen is the third form of this fall. So it should be fill. I fell out of bed and woke up. मैं बिस्तर से गिर गया और जाग गया. Okay, ये था दूसरा पैराग्राफ. Now let's move towards the third paragraph and the last one. Let's read out the passage first. You have question 14 to 16 in this passage. Many people talk about the earthquake of October 2005. At first, the particles of dust were seen flying in the air. At the same time, the howling of the wind was heard. Then the whole of the northeastern belt was shaken. The areas like Balakot, Battagram, Karan, Alai, and Muzaffarabad were completely annihilated, while life in the surrounding small towns and villages became standstill. However, the government and the international world shared the suffering of the people wholeheartedly. Later on, aftershocks were felt for some days. However, life was restored, but the memory of the dead still hurts the mind. ये पैराग्राफ था, मैंने रीड आउट किया. अब इस पे सवालात है from 14 to 16, just 3 questions in it. So let's see the first one, means the 14th one. The first sentence of the paragraph is a n dash sentence. First sentence paragraph का जो है वो एक dash sentence है, एक dash फ़िक्रा है. क्या फ़िक्रा है? Active, conditional, passive and direct. Now let's see again to the first sentence of the paragraph. Many people talk about the earthquake of October 2005. the first one, this is an active sentence. This option is correct. An active sentence. This is not passive, so C is not correct. This is also not conditional because there is no F. It's not necessary that every conditional sentence has an F, but there is no F here, so this is not a conditional sentence. And this is not also option D because this is not an indirect speech. This is a simple sentence, and which is active sentence. So the option A is the correct option because all the three other options are incorrect. So this sentence is an active sentence. Okay, so the 15th one. The 15th one is words such as at first, however, then or called dash. अल्फाज जैसे कि at first, however, then को क्या कहते हैं? को dash कहते हैं. Option A is demonstrative adjectives, B modal verbs, C prepositions, and D transitional devices. So which is the correct option? Now let's just hear one by one. Demonstrative adjectives or adjectives like this, that, these, those. These are demonstrative adjectives. Modal verbs, you might have familiar with that, like may, might, should, things like that. Prepositions are like in, on, off, from, by, etc. Transitional devices, or this is one which is left. So if you know all others and you don't know this one, so this one is the correct option, of course. But transitional devices are those devices which refers either to the time or to the place, situations, things like that, like at first, however, then. These are called transitional devices, so option D is the correct option. Transitional devices. Okay, the last one, except the first and last sentence, the tense used in all other sentences is dash. पहले और आखिरी फ़क़रे के अलावा कौन सा टेंस है जो इसमें इस्तेमाल हुआ है? Past simple, B past continuous, C past perfect, D past perfect continuous. एक और बात बताता चलूँ कि हर एक टेंस पे मैंने एक अलग वीडियो बनाया है जो आपको मेरे चैनल में मिलेंगे. चलो दोबारा देखते हैं पैसेज को कि पैसेज में पहला और आखिरी फ़क़रा क्या है. सवाल में है कि पहले और आखिरी फ़क़रे के अलावा बाकी तमाम फ़क़रे डैश टेंस में लिखे गए हैं. So the first sentence is many people talk about the earthquake of October 2005. This is in present simple tense. Many people talk. Let's see the last sentence. But the memory of the dead still hurts the mind. The memory of the dead still hurts the mind. Also, in the present simple tense, all the other sentences, let's see. At first, the particles of dust were seen. Were seen. This is past simple tense, but passive voice. Were seen. Flying in the air. Again, at the same time, the howling of the wind was heard. Was heard. Again, past simple tense, but passive voice. Then the whole of the northeastern belt was shaken. Again, past simple, but passive voice. The areas like Balakot and blah 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 were completely annihilated. Were completely annihilated, I guess. Again, past simple tense, passive voice. However, the government and the international world shared the suffering. Shared the suffering. Past simple tense again. Shared the suffering and the people wholeheartedly. Later on, aftershocks were felt. Were felt. Past simple tense, but passive voice. Passive voice भी मैंने videos किए हुए हैं. You can watch those videos. However, life were restored again, past simple tense. So now this is very obvious from the fact that which option is correct. So we go for option A, past simple tense. In all the sentences, past simple tense is used. If you have liked the video, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also press the bell icon so that you may be notified when a video is out. Thanks for watching. Once again, it was your host, Fazal Akbar.